Right, so to carry on, I need to clean my dish. And now we're going to aim at doing some of the, we'll get the path in and some of the shadows as soon as this is dry. So the path, I'm going to use what I've got left of my alizarin crimson. Need to get some more of that. But you can just keep squeezing and squeezing these tubes. You think you've run out, but you've got enough to do the picture. Right. So a colour I like, you know, to make a path kind of effect, I use a little bit of alizarin crimson and just a touch of blue. And then the path goes kind of into the trees at this point. So I'm going to start the path there. A bit of muck on it there, I don't know where that's come from. And of course, as it comes towards you, it gets wider. So we'll take it right across there. Right, so this is just the initial wash. And what I want to do is put the shadows of the trees in later. So I'm just darkening that up, just to get a little bit of interest in the colour. My hake's not behaving today. Sometimes they have a spate of molting on you. I'm going to use that just as that little wash there for the trees to disappear into the bottom. I'll take that across there as well, I think. Okay, so we've got our skies in. We took a bit out there for the sun. The trees are going to be darker and darker. And what we will do now actually is start that process. Now what I want to achieve is lots of branches, lots of dead leaves, because it's obviously springtime and there's no leaves out yet, but they look as though they've got a lot of trees, they've still got dead leaves on, you know, from last year that didn't fall off. So they're not just totally bare. They do have lots of stuff hanging on, and there are evergreen trees within as well. Now, before I do that, I'm actually going to use that colour again, seeing as I've got it. That purpley colour. I'm going to just describe some more branches. So if anybody's just joining me, what I'm doing is a demonstration based on something I saw this morning when I was taking my wife to work. It's near Abergele, Towin area, It's called Primrose Hill near St George, and it was just the daffodils just all of a sudden gone rampant. And this is the scene, hopefully, when it's finished. This is the scene that I saw. Beautiful, brilliant sunshine. It still is. We've got a heck of a wind going, but the sun's out, and it's a lovely day apart from the wind. And this is where we're up to. We've been going quite a while. Now, I don't know whether you can see. I'm going to try and bring it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see these textures starting to happen. And this is what watercolour painting is all about, textures. And this is what I want to happen. And looking on screen, I can see it in front of me here, and I can see it on the screen, what you're seeing, and it looks quite nice as it is. But I'm going to darken it off, definitely, because that's the scene that I'm kind of envisaging. I want this meadow at the background, you know, that's bathed in sunshine. I want that to kind of come through. So what I am going to have to do is darken the trees up. And what I'll do is add some Payne's grey and brown, raw umber, and burnt sienna, which is a nice reddy brown. Hello, Susan Fisher. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you like the look of this. Just to explain, if you've just joined, it's a scene that I saw this morning on the way to drop in Jackie, my wife, off at work. And after an absolutely stormy night in Wales here, the sun was out, and the daffodils they've gone crazy. There are thousands of them, and I could see the meadow in the distance, and then in front of the trees there were thousands of daffodils there as well. And I'm just in the process now of darkening things up, and you can see I'm using my hake brush, but what I want to do is keep that nice blue in the distance. And the trees, you know, the distant trees, I suppose there could be mountains actually, but it's actually trees, I think. So any beginners, you see I'm using the hake still. It's the only brush we've used so far. I did intend chopping the picture off at this point, but looks like it's took over, and it's going to take a lot longer than I envisaged. I wanted just to do a quick sketch, but maybe I'll just carry on, and if anybody wants to catch up later, it's quite easy to do it. It'll be on my page. We see what I'm trying to keep the blue behind, and we've built up, haven't we? We've built the colours up slowly but surely. Just going to add a little bit more red into that. And again, a point for my 7-colour palette, you know, just sticking to 7 colours. I know exactly what's going to happen when I put burnt sienna into these washes of the trees. I know it's going to create bark effects that I haven't done. And the amount of people, you know, when they look at my work and say, "God, have you got the patience to draw all those, you know, the lichen that's growing on trees?" And I haven't, basically. The watercolour does it for you. So that's our job as artists, is just to suggest. I'm hoping the perspective works out. It's a bit difficult when you sat on top of it, because usually I paint so much and then stick it on the wall, you know, and have a look if I've got it right. I was doing a demo yesterday, practicing, you know, doing demos, because I'm going to be doing quite a few around the area, and I had it the other way up, because when I'm doing a demo live, it has to be so that the audience can see it. So at least this time I'm working the right way. I was waffling a little bit there, but did you notice by turning my hake, I'm getting thinner branches? Because there's a multitude of thinner branches, isn't there, when you see a stand of trees like this. And some of the trees are just a little bit further back, so we leave them a little bit lighter to get some aerial perspective. Now the sun's there, so I must leave that blank. Hello, Jay McMullin. Glad you're enjoying it. It's coming on, I think, isn't it? But you know, I'm not doing anything that a beginner can't try. This will probably actually end up as one of my courses, because it's quite a nice subject.